Lights. Camera. Action. Cut. Lights. Camera. Action. Cut.
Chicago, the Windy City. Welcome to Casting Call. And I'm your host, Terry Johnson. This is the show where aspiring actors are competing for real roles in a real movie. Welcome to Casting Call. This is the groundbreaking show where aspiring actors are vying for real roles in a real movie. These aspiring actors are vying for roles in a movie, Steps of a Mastermind. If you're ready to see them bring more heat and some go home, let's get started. Let's welcome Miss Patricia Urbanis Clark. She's starring in the upcoming movie, Mind Over Mindy, premiering this fall. Next up, we have producer-director Larry Skorniak. Now we have an accomplished actor who's been in many commercials, as well as the movie Contagion with Matt Damon, Mr. George Salomo. And now, but definitely not least, we have the writer, director, and executive producer of Casting Call, Miss Faith Diggs. First up is Yasmin Rosanova, who appears a bit disoriented as she comes before the judges. Welcome, Yasmin. You've been to the Casting Call stage before and you did your monologue. Are you ready to see what the judges have for you now?
I sure am.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome back, Yasmin. It's good to have you back. Now, you've played the role of Sarah before, so again, this should be familiar to you. So in this scenario, your abusive husband is angry with you because of something you said to him. So he's going to get physical with you. He's going to grab you by your hair and pull you across the floor, and you're going to try to get away from him, and you keep looking back because you're fearful of what's going on. And you don't know what he's going to do next. So can you paint that picture for us, please?
I saw you with that girl last night. Oh, God. Oh my God.
Here's your exercise. You are the chairperson of a group of people at work who all have pitched in to buy lottery tickets. You're watching the television set with the sheet of paper in your hand of all your numbers. You see that you've got all the numbers, $212 million. You run to your purse to check the tickets, and they're gone. How do you react?
Oh, what's that? Lotto's on. I gotta watch this. I bought a ticket. Oh my God. That's my number. Where's my purse? Where's my ticket? Oh my God, I can't find my ticket. Oh my God, where's my ticket? Oh my God, I've got to go home and find it.
I worked with victims of domestic violence in the past, and I think that if you had another shot at it, you'd probably do better, but it wasn't very convincing.
When you were on the floor, it was like you were more sexy, like a Catwoman, crawling, not somebody who's in fear of their life or their hair is being yanked and they're fearful, for their life. You were just going through some motions. When you came out the first time, you were lost. So,
Right, because I got a misunderstanding.
That was real. That I would have bought, okay? Because that is a situation that, people are in. They're confused. They don't exactly know what's going on. They think they do, but that was real, okay? What I didn't see was any real emotion from any of the other things. I just could not buy that.
right, she was like a Catwoman, and I don't think it was, I don't buy her coming out of the door lost. As an actor, you have to already be in the mindset of what's going on. It was like you were lost, like you had no idea what you were on. Like, where am I? You looked like you were playing a part to where I'm lost, I'm in outer space or something. So I didn't think it was reality, I agree with that, if that's what there is. But you were lost, and there's no reason to be lost on the set. You know where you are. So it was like, what do I do? What comes next? And you have to go back to a place where you've been, and you're not. And I say that quite often to actors.
Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you.
Okay, these judges are really locking it down. That last contestant, whew, she felt the heat. Let's see if Stephanie Coons can do any better.
My name's Stephanie Kuhns, and I know all of you out there are voting for me and rooting for me. So a little bit of my backstory is that I grew up basically on a farm in Lake Zurich, Illinois. We had pigs and goats and chickens and ducks, and it was good life and everything. And then in 2009, I was kind of just drifting with life, and my brother passed away. And when he passed away, I decided to really look at what I wanted to do in life. And that came to what I loved the most, which was dancing and acting. And I've always danced, but there's really so much you can do, with dancing. You can just dance, you go to a club, dance, maybe do some backup dancer work, but that's pretty much where that ends. And acting, there's so much more, and I can give so much more of my personality in acting. Rather than dancing is just that one side of me.
Welcome back, Stephanie. You've been a favorite on this show. You've been through a lot of exercises with the judges and seen a lot of things. I'm curious to see what's about to happen next.
Oh God, me too.
Okay, you ready?
I am.
Let's get started.
All right.
Welcome back, Stephanie.
Hi.
I love your killer shoes, by the way. You got a
Thank
great
you.
look.
They are worth showing, so I'm glad you pointed them out.
Absolutely. Well, again, welcome back. And you're going to be reading for Sarah again today.
Okay.
So happy to have you back. This scenario, as you know, Sarah's our lead.
Mhm.
You're going to be in a scenario where your abusive husband is now angry because of something you told him. And he's going to get physical with you. He is going to grab you by your hair and pull you down on the floor. And you're going to try to get away from him in any way you can. And you're going to look up and you're going to see, oh my God, is he still coming? Is he going to hurt me? I want to see that reaction. I want to see that fear in your eyes, okay?
Okay.
All right, bring it, girl.
All right. No, baby, no. No, see, you're twisting my words around. I did. No, please, don't. Ah, no. I didn't. Please don't! Please, I didn't!
Are those real tears in your eyes?
Yeah, a little
Because
bit.
these are my,
Yeah, she's amazing.
yeah.
I'm going to give you an exercise. You are the chairperson of a group of people who all pitch in to buy lottery tickets. You have all the numbers on a sheet in your hand. You're watching the television, and lo and behold, all of them come up. You run to your purse to get the tickets, and they're gone. How do you react?
17. Oh my God, I'm 17. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! 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 Why he did them? I know he took them! Oh my God!
I've worked with victims of domestic violence, and that was very believable. Sorry, I'm just right now. Yeah, you totally sold me on that. You're able to go into a character mode very quickly, and well done.
Your performance was great. Again, a couple of techniques. All right. The jumping up and down. Flex your knees. All right. Gives you the same effect as jumping up, off the ground, because that plays hell with the sound people. All right. So you're going to have to do it again. But when you went from just incredible joy to, oh my goodness, where are they? I believed.
Okay, Stephanie. I do want to kind of chew you out a little bit. You were late. That's a no-no. Especially if we're looking at you being, if you have a potential to be the lead character. So that's very important. Your performances were amazing, as they always are. I do think that when you found the lottery, or you could not find the lottery ticket, I think that you reacted in a way too quickly to me, as if you knew you couldn't find it. You were saying no, but you were saying no as if you were already upset instead of being shocked that it's not there. So to me, the initial shock wasn't shown. Sure.
I probably didn't hear me because I was so loud, but I was like, no, I know he took him. He did take him. He took him. Every time. So.
And you felt like that was what
like, so
conveyed that
just
you,
since
the
it
initial
is off the top of my head, that's kind of just, you
Yeah,
know,
I guess I'm saying to me that it was you were already upset. That's what I'm saying.
I completely agree. Absolutely. If I would have done it again, that's exactly what I would have went for.
I liked the vocal score. You showed a good range. Also, quite a bit of movement, but the believability was there. So I got to give you an A on that part. Now, with the lottery exercise, believable, but again, a little too much.
I felt
Too
that.
soon, but good.
Thank you. I just want to say really quickly that I do apologize for being late. I don't want you to ever think that I don't want to be here. This
Okay,
is-
just so you know. Thank you.
Why did you do that to her?
Because we can spend an hour doing
I just
this.
wanted to say thank you for still giving me the opportunity. That's all I wanted to
Don't
say.
make the child cry.
Oh, I won't cry.
Actors have to have very thick skins. Very thick skin.
Well, this is off.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
That camera is running.
Because it's reality. So we want you to know that a lot of things.
Okay.
See, so
All right.
if
So then why did I
somebody-
get cut off if I still have all this time up here?
Well, you have a, this is
because we have a schedule.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Always a pleasure.
Now, folks, we are at a tense moment of who makes it through to the next round to compete further for the lead role, Sarah, between Stephanie and Yasmin. Stephanie and Yasmin will now face the judges. Good luck, you both.
Yasmin, I don't think today was your strongest performance. It doesn't mean that you can't be better. So I'm going to go ahead and...
I think you can do better, and I'd like to give you another chance to do better. So,
Yes, Yasmin, is it? Yasmin, I just don't think that you're quite. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't think that you're quite ready. I don't think that you're in the mindset of the character. You're just going through motions, and I just don't feel like that you are ready. That's enough.
I seen you work the last time when you were here. You did a pretty good job. And I know that you could do a lot better. And I believe you will. And I, in my heart, know you're going to take more risk because I've seen you take risks.
And why did I feel like that you didn't say yes? Like, I felt like, yeah, because you're a real sweetheart, a pussycat. So I kind of felt like that was going to happen.
And now we're going to determine whether Stephanie's coming back. And I'm not going to mince words or waste her time.
Thank you so much.
okay. I say yes.
Of course, I'm going to say.
I'm not going to mess around.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. And you too, girl. Oh.
Congratulations.
It was clear that Faith was not so happy with the other judges' decisions of
I
Yasmin.
think the tension was good of the two girls for Sarah. I mean,
I don't think it was really any tension because she wasn't good. I just can't believe you all put her through. I'm serious. She just didn't have it. She
You're
was just-
being mean today,
I'm sorry.
Faith.
She was no competition for her. I just
Yeah,
feel like that. You just can't be feeling sorry for people and saying, "Oh,
Yeah,
well, let me
you're
wait
right.
and see you next week."
Whoa, audience, if you're like me, you don't know what just happened. Both of the contestants who are vying for the role of Sarah are coming back. So we don't know where these judges are going to take it this episode. But let's move on. Up next, we have contestant Dijon Marshall.
So I've done different things. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of extra work in Chicago, which was fun. It allowed me to just learn how it goes on set. I've been on like Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Empire a few times. So it's been fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a chance to audition on there. So like that was my first big audition.
Really?
So, yeah, like a big room and like a bunch of like producers or something just writing as I'm like acting, and
Yeah.
it was just one person and a camera guy.
Oh,
And so I just did, stood on the mark. And
well, that helps too. Less people watching.
Welcome back, Dijon. You have been on this stage before, and the judges were pretty pleased with you. But now we're coming down to the wire. So are you ready for what they're about to toss at you?
Absolutely.
Let's see if you can balance yourself.
Dijon, welcome back. Here's your exercise. You're very streetwise. You've got a very cool, laid-back attitude. You are walking, and a woman from the past calls your name. You tell your wife and son to go in the house. So you calmly ask her what she wants. You let her know you ain't about what she's on and that she needs to get moving. She tries to persuade you different, and this time you let her know she needs to get stepping. At that point, she turns, walks away, and with the cool expression on your face, you just watch her leave.
Take Justin and go in the house for a second. How can I help you? Really? It has been a long time. It's good to see you. Well, like I said, I'm married and I have kids now, so it's kind of a different program, if you understand what I'm saying. So none of that's gonna happen now. So that's the past. We had good times in the past, but no, not now. Wait. You ain't hear what I said. I said ain't nothing happened. You understand? I'm not gonna do anything to jeopardize my family. I need you to get that through your head. As a matter of fact, this conversation is done. Bye. Go back to wherever you came from. See you. Holla.
Okay, Dijon, that was interesting. Now, so for this particular exercise, you come in and you come into the house, you see your father has another woman in there, and they're really into some activity. You have a few names, some new names you give them, okay? You're very angry and you tell them to get out. Okay, I'm gonna say action.
What is this? Who is she? Does she know you married? Does she know you have a child? Who's? No, you shut up. Because I ain't got nothing to say to you. I don't even know you. You shut up right now. You. So you just gonna bring this other woman in our house like that? You just gonna do this tomorrow? Really? See, I had heard rumors about you. I did, but I didn't believe it. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. And then you gonna have the audacity to bring her in this house? Man, this is some bull. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, she look nothing like mom. Like, she's nothing. This is trash. Man, I told you to shut up because he finna get it. You can get it too. So I advise you to shut up. As a matter of fact, you know what? Forget this. We gonna get mama in here. You both stay here. I'm gonna throw you out. No, both stay here because she's not gonna believe me. So I need her to see it for herself because she's so naive. She just think that the world rises, the world goes around you. But you know what? You ain't. And I knew you wasn't nothing. I knew it. I tried to give you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, just a little bit. Told her no, I wouldn't do that. But you got a house, and that's crazy. What if our little brother sees this? What's he gonna say? You know what? I can't take this.
Dijon, I do want to mention that for my direction. I liked what you did. I seen a variety of things that you were doing. I did like the fact that your vocals were loud enough that I can hear everything that you were saying, and you kept yourself open to the camera, and I liked your job.
Thank you.
Dijon, okay, that was very interesting. The exercise that George gave was interesting. You took it, actually I didn't give you a lot of details, but you took it like you would, this was a woman of the past that you had dealt with, and you had nothing else to go by, so that was interesting. Actually in the movie, she's just a woman, a businesswoman, but it's the information that you had, you took that and you took it as if you guys were involved before. So that was very, very interesting, very believable, very natural. You're very, very natural, okay? The second episode with you know, you coming in on your father, I did note that you said that doesn't she know you have a child or something like that, or doesn't she know you have, as if you were a younger, you know, a kid or whatever. But I think that it would have been more, the emphasis would have been more on a family because you're an older guy, you know. But I mean, again, it's very natural, very believable. So I mean, I don't have a lot to say except for you're just very natural.
Thank you.
You're very good. Just very good.
Shauna, I liked what you did. What you need to do is when you are delivering, especially the way you delivered that, look the person right in the eye. You were looking down, you were looking to the side, you were looking, nothing more powerful than looking somebody right in the eye and saying that. I mean, your intensity would have been 5 times what it was. And I liked what you did, but don't stray with the action. Other than that, I like it.
Okay, Dijon, there's a reason you keep coming back, right? It's because you're good. You're very good. The first character you did, you had me sold on your integrity and your love of your family, and then you turned into a dog.
Oh yeah.
But I liked it. It was good. You reminded me of several people I know. And the second one also, I think, was very good. In fact, I could feel you're building the emotion, the intensity. I could almost see the glisten in your eyes, the tears of how your father is hurting your family. And I loved it. You're fabulous.
Well, John, you did it again, so you got my approval.
Of course, I want to see Dijon.
It's a yes.
Well, Dijon, I'm not sure what role you're going to get, but I'm pretty doggone sure you're going to be in our movie. Yes, 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 and yes.
Thank y'all for your critiques and pushing me forward. I really appreciate it. This is very fun. I want to be a part of it all the way.
Thank you.
Excellent. So glad to have you back. He is going to rock this movie, I'm telling you, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fast-paced episode going. We have Mr. Jason Tolliver up next. The actors have been standing, waiting, exhausted, and excited. They've been waiting hours for a chance to perform before the judges, vying for a chance at their dream to grace the big screen. Jason, welcome back. You've been on quite a few episodes, and you've done a lot of different exercises, your monologue, all that stuff. Now, are you ready for the new stuff the judges have for you?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to see what they got.
Okay.
Hi, Jason. You're looking quite studious today.
Thank you.
Okay, but for the particular role that I want to audition you for, it's the complete opposite of the way you're looking today. You're a real laid-back, cool kind of guy. Okay, so I'm very interested in you playing very closely with the lead character. So you're going to be competing with others for this particular role. However, the scenario is that you're with your wife and your child. You are headed for inside your home, and a woman of your past calls your name. Okay, you turn around and look, and you tell your family to go in the house. And, you know, they go on. And then you say to her, ask her, what does she want? She says, I want to talk to you. And you said there's no conversation. And then she presses, and you tell her again. You emphasize there's no conversation. And she turns and walks away, but you kind of give her the eye, a kind of cool, laid-back type of mannerism, eyeing her as she walks away. Okay? So I want to see you act that out. I'm going to say action, and you're going to start. And action.
Baby, take the kids in the house for me real quick.
You got some nerve showing up here. What do you want? Look, we have nothing to talk about. And I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I think it's best that you leave. Leave! And don't ever come here again.
All right, Jason, I have a exercise here for you. You come in your house and you find your father intimately involved with another woman while your mother is away. At which point, but you let them know in an anger tone that you're not happy with what they're doing, so you got names for them and you're telling them to get out.
Okay. Yo, what are you doing? You just gonna ruin our family like this? How you gonna step with old mom like that? And you just sleeping with married men, huh? I can't believe you. Both of y'all need to get up out of here right now. I can't believe you, Dad.
I like the fact that you vocalized well. You seemed pretty right on with what you were doing. The only thing that kind of bothered me was that you tend to pace. Pace meaning moving back and forth, shifting your weight left to right. You've got to find a way, a happy medium where you can just, sit, take it easy and just stand and do what you're doing. But outside of that, it was great.
Okay, Jason, I want to give you some constructive commentary. As George said, that you were pacing, and you do that. I noticed that, and that's something that we haven't really corrected you on, but you definitely need to get a grip on that. Also, you seemed a bit preoccupied to me tonight. This, to me, wasn't your best. It wasn't the best. It was like you were quickly going through it, and plus when you turned, it's almost like when you finish, you turn and like, I'm done. When we're to tell you to cut. So I want you to pay attention to that. You're good, but there's some things
I want to reiterate, find your mark, hit your mark, all right? And I saw from what you were doing, this part of your body was so intense when you were talking, and your hand was hanging out of your pocket, like in a very relaxed, it's like half of you was acting and half of you was just relaxing.
Okay, Jason, I do think you're a very good actor. I don't think the first interpretation was your strongest. The second one was very much more effective. Again, you have nervous habits. We all do. Just got to be aware of them. When you're in that character, be that person, okay? Don't be Jason playing the role of. Be Ray or whomever the character is, okay? You're very good. Glad you're back.
That would drive me crazy. Him bouncing back and forth.
all of us just really focused on that today.
We just saw Jason Tolliver competing for the role of Ray. Now let's see if Mac Taylor is going to let him have it.
So I'm on the set of Transformers with Michael Bay, right?
Nice.
And a whole bunch of other people. I'm doing extra work. So I'm doing pretty good. I guess he liked what I'm doing out there, jumping around, running around, crazy stuff. So it gives me an opportunity to say something. But I'm nervous because I ain't never talked in front of a camera before in my life. I ain't even never want to be an actor. I'm out here
Let alone in front of him, right?
So instead of actually saying some words, I just let out this big battle yell, like, ah! And he's like looking at me like, what the hell was that?
Was I looking for that?
I don't know, man. Just go with it. But it was embarrassing, but it was funny.
Yeah,
I have fun.
but it was too. But hey, now you're. I bet you got in your mind. You're set.
Yeah,
Next time anyone asks me, I know what to say.
Welcome back, Mac. Now, Jason just brought it for the judges. You think you can do the same?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
I'm going to have you read today for Ray, the supporting actor, very strong role in our film. And in this scenario, you are going to be a very streetwise man with a kind of a cool, laid-back attitude. I think you can handle that. So you're walking outside with your family and your wife and your child, and along comes a woman from the past who calls your name, okay? You kind of asking her, why are you here? What do you want? Blah, blah, blah. And you tell her, enough. You're not going to deal with her. And she's persistent. She keeps pushing you. And you're just trying to, tell her, stay cool about it. So finally she leaves But then you give her that look like, yeah, I remember those times. So can you show us that?
Hey, baby, how you doing? I like this. We're doing having a good time out here in the yard. Got the baby running around. Yeah. All right. Hey, baby, look. Why don't you take the baby in the house and start dinner? I'll be in there in a second. All right. Okay. Thank you. Damn, what you doing here? Matter of fact, how you know where I live? I don't want no problems. You know? Time moves on. Nah, I can't do that. Okay? I can't do that. I don't want nobody on the side. I'm happy. And I want to keep it that way. Plus, my woman is crazy. You don't want to meet her. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did have some good times, but you know, like I said, that's a done deal. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but I mean, it's kind of like that. Yeah, I know. You keep trying to feed that to me. I'm sorry.
All right, my scenario is you've just come into your house, you find your father and a woman, not your mom, in a romantic embrace. You let them know what you think of it, and then you run them out of the house.
Hold on. Pops, what the hell you doing? Man, who the hell is this? Don't you know if Mom's found out about this, I'm telling you right now, you finna be in some serious. Matter of fact, how you gonna do Mom's like that, Pops? As much as she done did for you, well, how about this? How about I call Mom's right now? Alright, get your clothes on. That's right, get your clothes on. Pops, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You too damn old for this. In the house? You crazy. That's all I can say, you crazy. You getting old, it's getting to your head. Man, I don't know what to tell you, man, but you can get it. Get it.
Mac, it's great to have you back. I don't think this was your strongest performance. The second one, however, was better than the first scenario. I felt the emotion, your anger with your father. One thing that concerns me is you're a little soft-spoken on camera. Now, this isn't theater. You don't have to belt it. But we need to be able to pick up your voice. And you know, that range of emotion could be a little bit broader. I still think you did a good job.
My criticisms are purely technical. Find your mark. Face the camera. Know where the camera is. I mean, you know, you got a great profile, but you know, we're not going to be moving the camera because you don't know where the camera position is. Find the camera, find your mark, and then you'll be, you know, 50% of the way there.
Okay, Matt. You know what? The intensity was much stronger for the second exercise, and I don't know if that has to do with the conviction, like if it's Mom, like you messing with Mom. But when it's you kind of tampering with a woman or whatever, so that's a little bit more acceptable. But with Mom, don't mess with Mom. So it was almost like you felt that. So I don't know if that's a personal thing or whatever. However, like he said, like Larry said, you're off camera. You're looking over there. Here's the camera. So you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of that. You would be very, very good if you would get more into the character mindset. There, you have a lot of potential. You're not going to where you really need to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to vote again. And just as we did early in the show, you never know what the judges are about to do. So let's welcome back Jason Tolliver and Mac Taylor, vying for the role of Ray. All right, guys, you've been here before, but this time it's something different. The judges are now going to say which one of you stays and which one of you goes. You ready? Let's go.
You guys do not make this easy for us. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to do a vote on Jason first, and then we'll hit Mac after that, okay? So, in that, Jason, I think you're a very strong actor. I think you have great potential. I'd love to see you play Ray. Let's see what happens. You got my vote.
You should stay.
I do want to see you back to see what you do next time.
There you go.
It's confused.
Let's make it unanimous.
Well done. I think we're having a Big Mac attack, so I'm back. See us, Mac.
All right. And let's say yes.
This time I'm going to say.
Mac, you earned my vote.
2 unanimous votes.
Thank you, guys.
Mario Ignar certainly caught us all off guard when he made his grand appearance. We didn't know whether to run or applaud, but he certainly left us all in awe with his sudden outbreak of a performance.
Drugs are very crazy. Let me tell you what, drugs ruined a lot of stuff in my life. I decided to quit doing drugs years ago, and I decided that I need to move on with my life. So basically, I've been a drug addict since about when I was 18 years old. Got into weed and then doing heroin. My ex-girlfriend, I hate her. I'm in this stuff. I got a sense that I could live for something better. I decided that I should dedicate my life to keeping youngsters back, keeping them in school, and keeping them alive. So,
Okay, thank you, Mario. Is that your monologue?
yes.
Okay.
I hope so. I thought we were at an NA meeting for a moment. So.
Right.
Is it good?
Oh, okay.
Mario, you make me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you came in here, I thought, oh dear God, I hope he doesn't have a gun in his pocket.
Oh.
You scared me. We don't have a headshot or a resume or anything. We have no idea what you've ever done before. That's why we do that. We want to know your experience. So today I'm gonna say no.
Mario, if you were auditioning for a drug addict, you would have the part. But for right now, I have to go with no.
I'm gonna have to say so sorry.
I have to agree with them. No.
Thank you very much for having me. I will take all of your advice into focus, and I will be reading. Thank you very much again for having me.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Mario.
Best luck. Best of luck.
Okay, so he was a drug addict, but he baffled me where I was like, I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. It was very strange.
I was watching Terry's
and I
response.
really couldn't, my mouth was open. Like, what is he? I didn't even get it at first.
Yeah.
So his approach has to be different. He's very nervous, and I understand that. And we all get nervous.
Exactly.
But it was crazy.
And that concludes this episode of Casting Call. Remember, if you think you have what it takes to go before the judges, email mastermind_films@yahoo.com, where you can find out about Skype classes, as well as you can come on and be a part of the show. Thanks for joining us.